children, the voices we hear, they're all smiles, they're all smiles, they're all smiles. Ring through the sky like a bicycle bell.
Hi, this is Alyssa McGrew, and I'm thrilled to be with you today as the Shimmerz guest designer. I have two really fun and easy techniques to share with you today. The first one is an album cover that I made using Shimmerz and gesso, and you can see this is kind of what it will look like when it's finished. And it's got a great shimmer and sort of a distressed kind of look to it. So we're going to get started. This is our blank album cover. This is a 6x6 canvas cover from Zutter, and the canvas is kind of laminated on there, so it is a hard board backing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is pick out a background stamp. I'm using this one, which is made by Martha Stewart Crafts, and as you can see, it's sort of a plaid pattern, but really any kind of background stamp that you have that has a bolder pattern will work. Some of the more detailed patterns won't really work very well for this. So we're going to take a paintbrush and just paint on a nice thick coating of gesso. And you don't want to skimp on this, you really want to get it liberally coated. And then we're going to stamp starting in the corner and really press down to make sure that you're getting a nice application of gesso on your album cover. And we're just going to line the stamp up, stamp it again, and there's a little gap there, that's okay. It really is not that picky of a technique, which is one of the reasons why I like it. Probably should have angled this to do it 3 across, but that's alright. We'll just do more of a 4-block pattern on this cover. Okay, so you can see how there is gesso sort of sitting on my album surface. And there's some dimension there. There's a few places where it's a little lumpy, so to speak, and that's okay. It's going to add a lot of texture to our album cover. So I'm just going to set this with my heat gun, and then we'll break out the shimmers. Okay, so now we're done, and as you can see, the gesso sort of bubbled up and got kind of warpy and textury and bubbly. But that's alright. We're going for sort of a distressed kind of look anyway. So I'm going to break out my Shimmerz colorings in this lovely blue color called Mama Sings the Blues. And I'm also going to be using Shimmerz Vibes in Hot Fudge, and I'm just going to start by spraying, I think I'll start with the Hot Fudge. Give this a coating. My bottle's almost empty, so it's starting to kind of splotch on me, but it's alright. And then I'm just going to start dabbing it off, and I'm not going to dab it off everywhere, I'm just going to kind of give it sort of a grungy texture look. Just dab some more on if you feel like you've taken too much off. Spray some more. And then I'm just going to take the blue and go right in over it. And just continue dabbing. Just in the spots where I really want to take some off. Because this is a laminated canvas and it's not like an actual fabric canvas sheet, it's not absorbing the shimmers very quickly, and so it's leaving a lot of time for us to sort of play with it and manipulate how much shimmers is appearing in which places. And as you can see, the gesso is providing not only texture but also sort of a resist on top of the canvas. I'm almost out. I'm going to be sad when I run out of this hot fudge. It's my favorite. Definitely going to have to buy some more. Okay, so I'm kind of liking that. It's a little darker than our cover, but I'm really liking the saturated colors here mixed together. So I'm not going to mess with it too much more, other than maybe just a few towel blots to kind of add a little more shadowing. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to heat set it again, just to dry up all of the shimmers. Okay, now for our last step, we're going to just take some brown ink. This is just a regular brown ink pigment pad. And I'm just going to use my distress tool here to just kind of distress the edges. And you'll want to make sure that you get your ink on there and then you rub it off of your gesso, because you really want that white gesso to stand out. So, just going to keep working that in all the way around. And the thing that I think I love the most about mists and paints is how easy and flexible they are. So, if you get most of the way through the process and there's a part that you're not liking too well, you can very easily just go back and spritz again and just keep layering. Take that same paper towel and just layer on a little more color. And you could do this with any color combination that you like, that you want for your album. I'm just going to heat dry one more time and my album cover will be finished.
Hands full of lemon drops all disappear. All lips like children, the voices we hear, they're all smiles, they're all smiles, they're all smiles.
Okay, so the other technique I wanted to show you today is that I use to alter some plain chipboard. And I'm going to use my shimmers in the pot. This color is called Evergreen, and a paintbrush. And I've already stirred this up, so I'm just going to give this a nice thick coat. No need to be neat. A few little lines or places where there's actually a little more shimmers on there is probably a good thing. Okay, I'm going to give that a quick heat set. My deliberately uneven coat has left us with some lines and swirls and some texture on that shimmers, and that's exactly what we're going for. Now I'm going to take my hot fudge that's almost empty, and I'm going to spray it. Come on! I'm really down to the dregs on this, so let's just spatter some on there. Okay, now we're going to heat set again.
Drops all disappear. All lips like children.